Welcome to Fake Love and Flying Monkeys, the podcast where fake love is exposed. I'm Nova Gibson and I am your host. I'm the principal counsellor at Brighter Outlook Narcissistic Abuse Counselling.com.au. This space is dedicated to helping you reclaim your worth and understand the impact of toxic relationships with suspected narcissists. You deserve clarity, healing, and freedom from the pain of fake love and flying monkeys. So please leave a review and grab a copy of my book, Fake Love, Understanding and Healing from Narcissistic Abuse. Let's uncover the truth and take back your power. Hi everyone and welcome to another episode of Fake Love and Flying Monkeys. This episode is part one in a two-part series called The Top 20 Lies a Narcissist Uses to Smear You With. But before we begin, let's just briefly look at what a smear campaign is and the how and the why a narcissist engages in this tactic to abuse you. So a smear campaign, as the name suggests, is about smearing you. It's about destroying your credibility and your reputation, basically so that when you go to talk about the abuse, in other words, you go to expose the narcissist for who and what they really are, no one will believe you. It's also about punishing you for whatever they have perceived that you have done to hurt them through isolation. When no one believes you, you feel all alone. And it hurts even more when not only are they not believing you or they're not seeming to understand what you've been through, they are actually siding with your abuser. Sadly, most people don't tend to find out about the smear campaign until it is well underway, when they are hearing the lies that are being spread about them, when they've been discarded or they've managed to escape, and or they're noticing that people are treating them differently, and or they're just not contacting them anymore, and their Facebook friends list is getting gradually smaller and smaller. Basically, the smear campaign is about implementing damage control. They know exactly what you're going to say about them, and it starts pretty early on in the relationship where they will just spread their lies by planting seeds in the minds of others, knowing that they are going to engage in a full-blown smear campaign later down the track. And these little seeds that they plant will be watered with gusto. An example of one of those little seeds they plant in everyone's mind in the early days may be that you've had an argument and this has occurred in front of others. In other words, they've baited you into reacting, into defending yourself and arguing back with them. And they approach those people and say something like, "Oh my goodness, remember when you saw Sophie yelling at me that night? Well, I'm a bit concerned about her, but you know what? I love her so much and I'm going to try and help her through this." So they've come across as this really caring partner, but they've planted this little seed in everyone's mind that you're perhaps a little unstable. And once those seeds have been planted, it's easy for the manipulative narcissist to make those seeds grow and get bigger and bigger until they are dispersing the most heinous lies about you like a crop duster to anyone and everyone whom will listen, where you are the abuser and they are the victim. And of course, so that no one will believe a word you say. In my counseling practice, where I work exclusively to support victims and survivors of narcissistic abuse, I have heard some of the most egregious lies that have been told about my beautiful clients in order to destroy them, to punish them, to annihilate them because they were able to survive without their abuser and/or they did not want them anymore. So let's take a look now at some of the classic lies the narcissist uses to smear you with. Number one lie. You've got mental health issues. You are happy one day, you're sad the next, you're full of anxiety, and this is proven by the doctor who has prescribed you medication. It doesn't matter that any anxiety or depression that you have is a direct result of their abuse. Of course, they're not going to tell anyone else that, but you have got problems. Maybe it's bipolar, maybe you're borderline, but there is something wrong with you and they have had to endure your mental health problems for so long. Number two lie. You're ungrateful. Nothing they ever do is good enough for you. They can never make you happy. They spend their whole lifetime trying to please you and it's never good enough. You only ever focus on what they do wrong. What they don't tell others is that what you're focusing on is what's going on 90% of the time, such as they're lying, they're cheating, they're gaslighting, they're betraying you. No, they only tell others that you don't focus on what they do right in that 10% left over, which is normally just days they're not abusing you. Number three lie. You're insecure. They have no idea why you are so worried that they might be lying to you or doing something behind your back or, goodness forbid, cheating on you. What they don't tell others is that they have left a trail of evidence, if not black and white evidence, to suggest that they're doing the things that you are actually insecure about. Not to mention the fact that they have intentionally created those insecurities in you by leaving those bits of evidence around. They want you to be insecure so they can tell others that exact thing. Number four lie. You just will not deal with the issues around your past trauma. They have done everything in their power to support you with your past trauma. They want you to know that they're there and they're a shoulder to lean on, but you just won't help yourself. And your trauma is now impacting on the relationship. What they don't tell others is that they have listened to your trauma and they have made a point of repeating what has hurt you in the past and or opened that wound up to use as a weapon against you. Number five lie. You are a liar and you are a manipulator. Ironically, it's the narcissist who's actually the liar. And what they're doing here when they're spreading this type of lie is they're projecting. They're telling everyone else what they're doing. And what they have accused you of lying about can be just simple things that you have changed your mind about. For example, an example that I use in my book, Fake Love, is when Sophie decided to change her mind about where she was going shopping. And she told Justin that she was going shopping at Target, and he found out that she had actually gone shopping at Kmart instead. To him, this was the equivalent of his egregious lies about cheating. And this is how they confuse their victim, but it's also how they justify to everyone else when they're smearing you that you are a liar. Number six lie. You're jealous and you just cannot let go of them. They wanted to be amicable and end this relationship as friends, but you are just clinging on for dear life and you just can't let them go. And they've done everything to try and give you closure and to put a neat little bow around this relationship so that you could both move on and heal. But now you're acting really erratically, and it's all because of your jealousy that perhaps they're with someone else and because you just can't get over them. Notice with this lie, they've also portrayed themselves to be this desirable person, this wanted commodity that you just can't say goodbye to. Number 7 lie. You cheated on them. You were unfaithful. They are heartbroken. They're a victim of you, and they cannot believe that you betrayed them at such a soul level. This is projection, guys. When they're telling this lie, they're normally talking about themselves. If a narcissist is accusing you of cheating, then you can bet your bottom dollar that that is exactly what they are doing. Now, this type of lie, which is projection, is really confusing to others when you go to tell them the truth, which is the narcissist was actually the one who cheated on you, because the narcissist in their smear campaign has already told them that it was you who cheated on them, and you only go to prove the narcissist right, in inverted commas, when you tell the recipients of the smear campaign exactly what the narcissist told them you were going to say. Number 8 lie. You were using them. You just wanted their money. You wanted to sit at home and have the life of luxury, perhaps, while they were treated like a slave, working a 60, 80-hour week. Or perhaps they'll tell everyone that you wanted a child and you used them. If it's a male narcissist, then you just use them as a sperm donor, or if it's a female narcissist, then you just use them for their uterus or treated them like they were nothing but a set of fallopian tubes. You wanted a child, and that was a means to an end through them. Now, what they won't tell everyone else in those situations is that it was a mutual decision to have a child, or that you actually agreed that they would work and you would stay at home and perhaps look for a job later on, or maybe it was agreed upon that you would be a stay-at-home parent while they worked. No, they will tell everyone else that you were using them and they just feel like they've been had. Number 9 lie. You're controlling. They can't walk out the door without you wanting to know where they are or what time they're going to be home. You're always on their back about what they're doing and who they're with, and they just can't take it anymore. This is projection again, guys. When they are spreading this lie and they're telling everyone else that you're controlling, what they're really saying is that you were wanting to be treated with a bit of respect, and that it really is just something you should take for granted in a relationship, that someone lets you know where they're going and, round about when they're going to be home, because you care about each other. But the narcissist will portray to others that these types of interactions in your relationship were because you have problems and you are the controlling one. They're talking about themselves, because there's always two sets of rules and they can do what they want. But when you ask them where they're going, what time they're going to be home, etc., it's because you have problems with control. And what they're also not telling others with that lie is that they have set you up to mistrust them by lying to you all the time, by never coming home when they say they're going to come home, or by just leaving the house without telling you where they're going. They have set you up to appear like you're insecure, so that when you do ask where they're going, because you have been lied to so many times in the past, then they can flip that script and accuse you of being and doing the very thing which epitomizes who they are and what they're doing. And number 10 lie, which is the last one in this first episode of a two-part series, is that you have anger management issues. You just go off over nothing. You go off at the drop of a hat like a frog in a sock if they leave a sock on the ground, and they are walking on eggshells all the time around what they are doing that might set your anger off. Of course, clearly they're not going to be telling everyone that if you are angry, you have genuine reason to be angry for whatever type of abuse they have engaged in, because they lied to you, because they cheated, betrayed you. But whatever happened, your anger was absolutely appropriate. No, they won't tell others that. They will exaggerate. And of course, they will tell others that you get angry for absolutely no reason, because you just cannot control that fuse of yours. Now, there's 10 classic lies that I hear regularly, and most of those I have portrayed in my book, Fake Love, Understanding and Healing from Narcissistic Abuse. Now, I am going to be giving you another 10 lies, which I'm sure many, if not all of you, will have heard or at least recognize in tomorrow's episode, which is part 2 in the 20 top lies a narcissist uses to smear you with. And that brings us to the end of another Fake Love and Flying Monkeys episode. If you would like to have a one-on-one counseling session with me, guys, please just see the link to my website in the description. I see people all over the world via Zoom. You will also find in the description a link to order your copy of my best-selling book, Fake Love. Now, if you would like to support the channel, the best thing you can do is to leave a rating and a review, and of course to share. And if you would like to do something else, then you can buy me a cup of coffee. Until tomorrow's episode, remember, you are worthy of love, and you are certainly worthy of a whole lot more than a lifetime of fake love and flying monkeys.